Yeah, it's from that place that you can start to make the decisions that, because you know yourself well enough and you know where you want to go and you know what you want to feel and what you want to experience, you've made that decision in advance. And because you know yourself, you know what are those steps or those challenges or those weaknesses that you'll want to bring other people to the table to help support you moving through, or what strategies are going to best fit who you are and what you're going after. And in summary, the reason that it matters when it comes to investing, the reason it matters when it comes to business and finance is because that is typically the foundation of what every other strategy that you're going to end up using. You need to be in a solid place personally so that you can then go out and interact with the world and try different things and be comfortable in knowing what to expect and how you're going to be able to react to it.
Yes, it also gives you the inner fortitude to be able to face things that you're afraid of. Like you answered your own question beautifully there. How does the personal growth work tie to finances? Is that you generally feel brave enough, no longer oppressed, no longer compressed, brave enough to say, this is who I'm meant to be. Let's build it. You said that so perfectly. Let's find the team that will let me build it. Let me be authentic to what that goal and vision is. Now I'm not afraid. And when something goes wrong, because things go wrong, right? We talk about that extensively in real estate. Things go wrong. The question becomes, will I turn tail or will I hold steady? And if you've done the personal growth work and you keep doing your daily practices, you're much more likely to be able to hold steady. Your why, people talk about your why. If your why is really big, you can get there. Yeah, and if you're really clear in your why, because you're clear in yourself, then you have that fortitude, that grit, that grounding to be able to move into truly capturing your dream. Because now you're not afraid to dream anymore. Little kids weren't afraid to dream. We get afraid to dream, but then we become conscious again and we can go, I have permission to dream now. Guess what? Then comes joy. So out of clarity comes the path. Out of fulfilling the path comes the joy. Financial success follows when you're clear and you're grounded and you're navigating through this physical world in a way where you're accountable for yourself and your actions. Financial success can come out of that accountability because you're not dodging anymore. You're taking it on the chin and you're still standing.
Yeah, because the truth is that when it comes to running a business or investing or interacting in the world, there's going to be challenges, and the rules of the game, they change quite often. And so when you're aware of who you are, what your weaknesses are, what your strengths are, what you're actually going after, and if you recognize that you're actually playing a game, and that the faster that you can recognize that the rules of that game have changed, the stronger your position is going to be in being able to win at that game. And of course, there's going to be losses, there's going to be ties, there's going to be challenges, but you're able to work through that. What are some of the biggest challenges? I know you work with a lot of clients at different levels who are kind of on their way towards financial freedom. What are some of the biggest challenges that you see people face that they need to be able to overcome?
Yes. Let me add something to what you said before, and then yes, let's talk about that because it leads into that second piece. Where one's identity lands. So when your identity isn't in the game, you described it beautifully. When you realize you're playing a game, embedded in that statement is my identity isn't in the game. My identity is in me. Now I have freedom to play the game. And the game I'm choosing to play is financial freedom. And the reason why I use that word, because talking now to get to the second half, the reason why I use that word is because financial leadership is the heralding call I keep talking about with my clients. Choosing to be in financial leadership. You are at choice, but I have a job. I'm not a choice. Yes, you are. You're a choice because you choose to be a choice. When you choose to be a choice and you take that clarity and you anchor in that, then you craft your life. You let your job be something that's buying you away to either saving money or using it to bring you skills. Then that job has a purpose. You start saving in order to purchase a passive income item. I kind of don't care what it is generally, but generally it's in real estate because that's my area of expertise. It's going to be something in real estate. You purchase a passive item of some kind, or you create another business model in real estate that allows you to gain the leadership in your own world that you're seeking, that's when you have the experience of pride of self, which allows for greater stability. It's the choice to say, I'm going to be in financial leadership and all that is involved in that, because I'm developing my future, not somebody else's future. Mm-hmm. That's when you really start getting it. Now, that's the primary thing I see people struggle with when they come to me. Oh, well, my dad used to, or my mother used to, or I can't, or my parents said, and I'm like, I don't give a shit about all of that. Let's do some process. Let's process you through all this. Obviously, I care a lot about that because I need to get them through it to where they can choose financial leadership. Out of financial leadership comes the habits. Out of the habits comes the strength. So that's one of it. Another thing I see is people being sort of like, oh, I can wish it into existence. Can't I? Can't I just wish into existence my financial freedom? No, you can't wish it into existence either. But isn't that what a lot of spiritual work says, is you can wish it into existence? If I just hold the focus long enough and I wish it, it'll be so. No, because if you think you're going to wish it into existence, you're going to turn tail at the first knock on the chin, right? So it's not just wishing it into existence. It's literally landing inside of a personal fortitude. Again, I hate to say it, but that fortitude comes from the commitment to self, which comes out of knowing what would have you not be loyal to yourself. Because that's what we're trained to do. We're trained to not be loyal. So when you train yourself to be loyal to yourself, to your vision and your goals, then the grit shows up out of that. Not out of being beaten, being abused, being told who you are, the world deciding who you should be. That's not where grit comes from.
And what you're really driving to is you need to have the grit to be able to persist through the challenges that are inevitably going to come. And by being clear on understanding that those things are there, yes, you can use the spiritual technique of attracting those things into your life, but you also need to then manifest not only the things that you're thinking about, but you actually have to take action in the real world to then pull those things into your reality. Thanks for listening to the Investor Mindset Podcast. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to watch another, here's one up top. And here's another great video right down below.